Hey everybody, Colby for ForeQuarter Butcher Shop back again, and today I'm going to demonstrate the Picanha. That's what it's called in Brazil, and that's where it's made famous. I really like it down there, and for good reason, because it's amazing. It's also called the Culotte in France, and in North America we call it the sirloin cap or rump cover. So not as romantic as Brazilian or France, but nonetheless, great steak. Probably I would say underused in North America. I think honestly I'm super excited about this one being the feature this week because it's such an awesome steak. I've been a huge fan of it for a very long time. A great alternative to a strip loin if you're looking for just a straight up grilling steak. You can also do it as a roast. So first we'll just talk about where it comes from. So the rump cover, it sits right on top of the top sirloin. So we got the whole top sirloin here, which is also called the rump, and this is sort of the rump. It's the rump cover. So it's actually, if you look at our diagram here, it's actually the top butt, which is another name for sirloin, and the sirloin or the picanha actually comes from the top of the top butt. So there you go. So a lot of butchers are going to take this whole sirloin and just slice big steaks and leave this picanha or rump cap on, but we like to take it off all the time just because we think that as much as the top sirloin is a good quality steak in its own right, I think just the sirloin cap is just that much better and deserves the respect to sort of stand out on its own. So you sort of see the separation. It starts with this big pocket of fat here. So you want to get rid of that. And then from there, following the seams, and if you watch any of the videos, I keep on repeating myself, it's all about following the seams until you sort of hit where there's no more meat on this top cap. And that's when you just divide it. And what's important here when you're cleaning the sirloin is that you want to leave as much this fat cap on for flavor. You don't want to keep going and take it off, because you want to have that some fat cap as much as possible on there. That's the top sirloin. That's another story. We'll look at that another day. And then from here, you essentially got the shape and you got the muscle. From now, it's just cleaning. I'm just going to clean that stamp off. No one wants that. But I do want to keep this fat on. Look out for some cooking demos on this. Now I've done some before, but we'll do another one. And having that fat cap on is good. It's always good for flavor, keeping moisture in, and keeping the steak from drying out, really. So you want to keep that on. Take this fat off because that's not too attractive or beneficial in any way. And there's a little piece of sinew here and some sinew here. So pretty simply, just want to take this stuff off. And you might be thinking, if you watch some of the videos, you might be thinking, what do butchers think about when they go to sleep at night? And you know what the answer is? Sinew. How do I get rid of sinew? It's all about the sinew. There's so much of it, and that's just the light day in the life of a butcher, just removing sinew. It's not all that glamorous as it seems, but it's very important to remove it all, because if you get a big piece of sinew in your steak, it's not going to be good. So just square that up a little. And get this guy off. So a little bit of fat on there, that's all right. That's flavor country right there. So yeah, that's essentially it. With this fat cap, if I'm doing the whole thing, I'm gonna score it just so I can render out the fat, and render just means slowly releasing the fat so it gets nice and crispy. if you're gonna cook a big steak, or if you're cooking bacon or something like this with a lot of fat, you want to slowly get rid of that fat so it gets nice and crispy. If you try to hit it with high heat, it's going to be sort of crispy on the outside, but then it's going to just be raw fat in the middle. So scoring helps release that fat slowly. So you can cook it whole like that, and we'll have a demo on that. You can also cut it into steaks, which I mentioned at the start of the video. I like to do it because I like to do it as an alternative to a strip loin, and you can see why. Looks a lot like a strip loin, just elongated, shorter, a bit more of a fat cap on there. So if I'm grilling it like that, I want to trim it up so it has a good equal portion. And then I know in Brazil, their famous way of doing it's called, what's it called again?
Rotiço.
Rotiço. We got Manny in the back helping us out there with the pronunciation, but essentially what they do is they're gonna put it on sticks like this. And traditionally in Brazil, where they made it famous, they're gonna have big long sticks like this with 3 or 4 pieces on there, and they're gonna cook it over open fire, and that's delicious. So that's an option there, where you could grill it pan or on a grill, open fire, whole, lots of different options. But either way you cook it, it's gonna be delicious. And that is the feature steak this weekend. So yeah, come on by, some sirloin cap steak or picanha, and like I said, it's honestly one of my favorite steaks. It's fantastic. So there you go, there you have it. Thanks a lot for watching. Have yourself a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye.